Right, boys, so I thought I'd do another video. And the video I'm going to do today is the best left backs in my lifetime for Newcastle. So, the three I was going to go for was Olivier Bernard, David Santon, and Jose Enrique, and was going to go through each of their strengths, weaknesses, and who I think at the end. I'd love to hear your views on who you think out of these three were the best. So please leave a comment and hit the subscribe button. So we'll start off with Olivia Bernard. Bernard for me was part of the time when we were the most, a side of the team where we were the most exciting. So you had Bernard, Robert, and Bellamy, and those three together were terrifying. The way they would link the play up and just attack, it was always so good to watch. I think Bellamy was fantastic for Shearer, made some really good runs, would pull out wide, create space for Shearer, and it was noticeable that Shearer's goal rate did reduced when Bellamy left. Bernard and Robert, they obviously had the French connection. Bernard used to go forward so much and was fantastic. He was defensively weak, and I think as well, his issue was defensive next to him in the team. It was a time when we had like Dabizas, O'Brien, Bramble, Aaron Hughes. Like the other players were not good enough. The other thing which I think showed how good Bernard was on the right back side. If you remember, we had Aaron Hughes, who was a solid player, solid defensively right back, but going forward, he didn't provide very much. And I think it really helped us having Bernard. This is before the time of, the flying fullbacks that we see now, and his career kind of went downhill very, very quickly. If you remember, Souness came in. He wasn't fit at the time. He then kind of got sold really quickly, I think, to Southampton. He was like done 2-3 years. He came back for a second spell, but he wasn't the same player. I think maybe his attitude wasn't right, but for me, he was a really good left back and someone. I mean, you look at us now in left wing back who we've got. I mean, Jamal Lewis is very good, but I would take Olivier Bernard over him every day. Next one I'm going to go for is David Santon. A lot of you will be saying, well, Santon can't defend either, and I agree with that. I think he couldn't defend, but I think in particular the season we finished fifth, he was terrific going forward. I honestly thought at the time he was playing that well that he should be in the Italy team. I mean, he's played for Italy. Probably, again, just would leave too many gaps. It was a spell where we had so many left backs, but for me, he going forward, he was really good for us. Always felt like a threat, and it's something I think we all miss. An attacking left back who can go forward. And then the third one is Jose Enrique. When Jose Enrique first joined, he wasn't the strongest. He used to really struggle with the physicality of the Premier League, but for me, the season where we got promoted and the first season with Chris Hughton, where it was Enrique and Gutierrez, I thought Enrique was terrific. And it didn't surprise me that he got a move to Liverpool. It surprised me that he struggled at Liverpool because I thought he would have been set. But, sometimes moving to that team is a huge step up. Obviously, he then had his own health problems. He retired quite early. I think he had a brain tumour as well, operated on. There was a spell where I felt Enrique was one of the best left backs in the Premier League. So if you're asking me out of those three, I would probably say if we avoid the first season or so of Enrique at Newcastle, I would go with Enrique first, Bernard second, Santon third. Would love to hear your viewpoints on who you would vote out of those three.